Remember when you thought you were gonna be special? When you had dreams about doing big things, about changing the world. It was like a cute phase. It was fun while it lasted. It was never realistic, was it? It was just like a child's dream. That's what it was. Your parents told you if you tried really hard, you would get great results and you would end up where you've always wanted to be. Possibly a lot of adults told you the same thing. They told you work really hard, do all you can, try your best. But they weren't where they wanted to be, so I don't know why they even told you that. It was all a lie. But I mean, now you're normal. And normal's nice. Normal's safe. It was way too hard anyway. And see, the best part is, you didn't stop because you couldn't. You just stopped because it got really hard. Trying got really hard. So you stopped trying. And then you just let it go. That's so much less pressure on yourself. It wasn't like a big deal. You didn't even have a funeral for the dreams. You just stopped dreaming slowly. Because no one even knew that you were trying to do anything, so it was easy to give up. But are you really comfortable with this? Do you want this to be the end? Is this where you want to stop? Is this the life you want to keep living on till forever? Huh. You don't have to change. That would take so much work and so much effort, and no one likes that. You could stay the same. You could just blend in, be part of the audience. Cheer people on, boo people when you're getting off. Just observe how everything's happening. You don't need to make your own. You don't need to make your own world. You don't need to do anything different. I think you're fine where you are. There's this sort of internal monologue that usually happens when we want to do something amazing, or when we think of doing something great. It sounds sort of like this. For some reason, we think there are only some special people in this world that is cut out for doing great things. Great, in quote, like climbing up to the apex of a company, or being one of the smartest in the school, or being the best athlete, or being one of the people who just breaks out and does the most incredible things. For some reason, a lot of us just think, man, that's not me. I can't do that. But I find that to be anything in this world, there's a process, there's a plan, and there's steps to take. And if you take the steps, if you follow the process, it's not certain that you'll get there. But you'll find yourself on a path that's different. And that path leads you into what you actually are going to be. So it's not even about the destination. It's not about the place that you think that you were supposed to be, or the position that you had in your head that you felt was meant for you. It's about the journey that you were supposed to take. And the moment it got harder, you just stopped. Why? I can't even lie. I do think it feels easy to give up in the moment. Some days I wake up and I think to myself, can I just stop? Do I really have to do all these things that I said I'm gonna do? And right after that thought, I think to myself, well, what else are you gonna do? Well, yeah. Because I'm gonna be on this earth for, let's say, at least 20, 30, 50 more years. And I just don't want there to be this shadow of a life that I've always wanted to just be lingering on in my past while I'm living a life that I just settled for. So when that thought comes to me and it's like, why don't you just, ease off, slowly give up. No one's gonna notice, but I'm gonna notice. And I'm the only one that counts. My mind is always gonna remember that there are things that I said that I was gonna do that I couldn't, and I never did. It's haunting sometimes to know that the steps that you're taking may not lead you to the position that you want to be. In fact, the very interesting thing about life is you could be walking towards a goal and you could see the goal, you could almost touch it, but the ground beneath your feet falls apart, and then you just keep free falling. And the goal that was almost just within your grasp is now so far. Now you have to replan, you have to re-strategize, you have to make different, you don't know what to do, it's so scary, but what else do you want to do? What else can you do? I realized that we've all had this notion of what life is supposed to be. So you go to school, you learn a bunch of stuff, and then you get a job, and then they pay you some money, and then you get married. But see, life is a journey. And we have these goals and ambitions and dreams that we're supposed to chase and pursue, because that leads us on the actual journey of life. It takes us to places that we never knew we could go. It shows us people that we never knew we could meet. It brings up conversations that we never even knew happens. And we're having those conversations, and it's like, obviously you never knew that this conversation even happens in this world, but now you're in it, having that conversation. It's like, oh my goodness, I just did it. So that's the journey of life. It really takes you to places that you are actually meant to be. It takes you to places that, gosh, that are meant for you. And you then find that everything in your life has led up to that moment. And it's like, oh my gosh, now I understand why this happened. I understand why that happened. I understand why I was in that place. Because the journeys, they all lead you up to a point in time that you were supposed to be for, that you were supposed to be there for. But when you just take that sort of map that everyone is given, okay, I've gone to school, I've gone to college, I've gone to this, I've gone to that. Okay, now what? Okay, now I have to start a family, now I have to get kids. And it's like, you're living a life that everybody, like a lot of other people have lived and have not found any fulfillment in. So why are you choosing that life?